Your current team has made some interesting moves the last few days. How do you feel about what your roster suddenly looks like?
I'm excited. Obviously, we made some great moves. I think, Kelly and Amber and the whole, Fever organization are, they're helping us win now. And I think that's really important. I think they're putting really good pieces together that are going to, complement each other really, really well. And then obviously Steph taking over as head coach for us, I think is going to be really great, a great basketball mind, somebody that had actually called quite a few of my college games. So being able to build that relationship with her and just be in the gym and work on things that she probably saw when I was a freshman in college and was like, oh, that girl still can't make a left-handed layup. We're still working on that. But no, it's just exciting times. And I think you look around the WNBA, and that goes for, all 13 teams now. And, there's real trade and there's real activity and there's fun free agency to follow. And that's what's making people so excited about it. That's going to attract more people to our league is you get to follow these storylines. So it's really exciting. And I'm, looking forward to next year.
So there you have it, Caitlin Clark. Obviously very excited. You see the smile on her face right here when she's asked the question.
Somebody that had actually called.
Look at this smile.
Us win now.
Look at this smile right here.
Interesting moves the last few days. How do you feel about what
look at this smile
suddenly looks like?
Look at her. Look at her. Very excited, huh? Caitlin Clark is happy. I mean, think about it. Think about. Well, let's just talk about the last. Like when Caitlin Clark became Caitlin Clark, the last 4 years of her life. I'm not talking about when she played Olympic ball, maybe in high school, maybe some AAU stuff, but I'm talking about matured, aged Caitlin Clark. I'm talking about Iowa Caitlin Clark when I speak on this. Caitlin Clark has not played with this type of talent in the past 4 years. 4 to 5 years. You know what I'm saying? No. And she'll be the first to tell you. Actually, it's in this interview, and she breaks down why the Iowa Hawkeyes were so good. It wasn't because they were the most talented. They kind of just played team basketball. And that's like their culture there. They don't have an ego. It's not about who's going to score this. They just go and play basketball. So my point is, you give Caitlin a roster like this. This is the best roster Caitlin has had in the past 4 years. As like a real team right here. This is a real basketball team. Now, I'm not going to go and say she hasn't had a real coach. Shout out to Lisa. You know what I'm saying? But Stephanie White, great head coach. A coach, like she said, she's watched her before. She knows Caitlin's game. She knows her strengths. She knows her weaknesses. She knows what pieces will fit her game because the ball will run through Caitlin Clark. And Coach Stephanie White knows that. And she's been working very closely with Caitlin Clark, for those that don't know, and Keith Porter. Caitlin Clark has this organization in her hands. And they're doing everything possible to make her the best version of herself and that organization. And I love it. So, what I expect next year, going into 2025 this year, I expect dominance. I am talking about belt to ass on pretty much 95%, if not every team in the league. I'm talking about belt to ass. Like pure leather skin. Telling you. This is going to be a problem. I know we keep talking so highly of DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hall, Aaliyah Boston, Demiris Dantes, Christy Wallace. Who else is on the team? Those are the main pieces. Caitlin Clark is better than all of y'all. No disrespect. But imagine, we're talking about all those pieces and we know what they could do. Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think you're ready for what she's about to do this year. Like, I really, really, really don't think you are ready for what she's about to do this year with this roster. That hurt. I don't think you understand. Shout out to Sydney Colson because I forgot you in that lineup. You want to talk about viewership last year? 2 million, 2.5 million. Brother, listen. If they start winning games early, the reason viewership was even a little bit lower because they weren't winning games in the beginning. They weren't really clicking. Caitlin Clark was, you know what I'm saying? The team, they were kind of getting bullied a little bit. They were like the little pups. They are the big dogs, gorillas in the league. Like, every team is going to be worried about playing this team. Because before, you had to trap Caitlin. You can't trap shit now. Nothing. You can't bully nothing because DB, DeWanna Bonner, Sophie Cunningham, and Natasha Howard's on your ass. Like I said, belt to skin. They're not letting nobody touch Caitlin Clark. Nobody. Nobody's touching Caitlin Clark. And don't forget, Caitlin Clark holds her own. But now those are, the veterans. Caitlin Clark is their rook. That's their little pup. Even though she's the big dog, they're gonna look over her like she's the little pup. Her, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hall. You know what I'm saying? Those are the little pups of the group. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else, Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, Colson, DeWanna Bonner, Dantis. Those are, those are our little pups. No. So I'm telling you, because last year you saw it. Caitlin Clark and everybody, getting tossed around, whatever the case is. Nobody was really going to check nobody. Try it this year. Sophie Cunningham on your shit. DeWanna Bonner on your ass. Natasha Howard, she just got to look at you. And that's it. I'm telling you. It's not going that. Sydney Colson on your head. It's not happening this year. So I'm excited. I know Caitlin Clark is excited. She knows she has protection. She knows she has scorers because earlier on in the season last year, they weren't ready for Caitlin Clark. The team wasn't ready for Caitlin Clark at her speed. They weren't ready for those passes. No shame to them because they picked it up. Team chemistry, of course, repetition. Everybody, there's no weak links on this team. Everybody knows what's coming from Caitlin Clark. They've all seen it. They all watched her this year. They're going to have a full training camp. They're already training together. For some of them, DeWanna Bonner, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hall. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be dangerous in so many different ways. I can talk all night about this. They're going to have the best uniforms. And then you got a coaching staff led by Coach White. I can't. You got the best fans. You got the best arenas. I can go on and on, man. Look, I'm going to get up out of here. I got some other videos to get to. I appreciate you guys, man. Sorry I could just start getting to yapping because I'm so passionate about what's about to happen. But yeah, man, go Fever. I'm going to catch you on the next one. I'm out.